Thursday, June 26th. I'm Adam Walsh, and this is The Signal, and we are coming to you live, folks, from scenic, gorgeous Corner Brook, specifically the Marina Redmond Centre. Today on the show, we're going to talk about community centres. What happens when you get a new one? Why are they needed? Why do they matter? How do they build community? We're going to meet folks involved with this brand new community centre all through the next hour. Don't go anywhere. Live from Corner Brook, folks. All right. So as I turn around here, we got a gaggle of folks. I'm looking for the Mayor Parsons. Oh, there he is. How are you doing, sir? I feel like I only normally see you like once a year. Now this is twice. How are you?
One more time, and something bad is going to happen.
True. It's true. So if I see you in public, I will be avoiding you. We saw each other at M&L at the symposium in Gander.
That's right.
And one of the things was you talked about the Marina Redmond Centre and like opening, because it was May. Was the day in May? The 24. Anyway, sometime in May.
It feels like now 100 years ago. Because we were waiting so long, and now it's here. Yeah.
I was curious when you mentioned it. So then when the opportunity came up to come to Corner Brook for a show, because for everyone else in the room listening, and by that I mean you listeners out there, we're also going to be meeting the Canada Games Torch this weekend on Marine Atlantic.
Very
and
exciting.
It'll be here on Canada Day in Corner Brook.
Very exciting.
Which is amazing. So then we thought, gosh, I remember when Mayor Parsons was telling me about the Marina Redmond Centre. Let's go check it out, do a show there. This place is gorgeous.
This is amazing. The comment we get a lot as people come in here, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. It's a bit of a backhanded compliment, but they say, "I don't think I'm in Corner Brook anymore. I think I'm somewhere else."
You're like, thanks.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it is. It is the state of the art. It's absolutely beautiful. We had high expectations, and it's really when you see it, it really beats those expectations.
I know Peter's going to talk about it too, but just give us the basic rundown of like what is around us here. So paint the picture for the radio audience.
So the Marina Redmond Centre is actually located sort of in back of the Grenfell campus, Memorial University, and it's connected to it as well. It has a gymnasium, full gymnasium. It has a fitness center. It has a lap pool, a leisure pool, a sauna. It has a big multi-purpose room. It has a daycare that's coming here. It is, it's doing a lot of heavy lifting in our community. And it is absolutely gorgeous. And it is a partnership. So it's a city-run facility, but it's something that we did utilizing some assets we had with our partners at Grenfell. And Grenfell students will be able to use this facility as well. That'll give us some revenue as well, and allow us to have this beautiful facility in our community for our residents.
What have you noticed with what it has either given folks or their perception in the month and change that it's been around? People are still learning about it because it is a bit tucked away back here.
Yeah, we were driving up, I was like, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, there it is. Right?
Yeah, and it's a big facility, but it is tucked away. But you know what's really cool, I think, about this facility is it's so accessible. It is made with thinking about anyone of any ability being able to utilize it. So everything from how the building features are, how the daycare is built, how the pool is structured. You can go into the pool with a wheelchair directly. It's a beach entries and things like that. The change rooms are made so that anyone of any ability can get. It is fantastic, and I've heard from some parents, especially of parents whose kids need those accessible features to enjoy their lives, and they're here multiple times. I've already heard about people who are learning to swim. Their kids, first time actually learning to swim, and those are pretty cool things when you hear that. We've planned this for about 8 years.
8 years.
8 years. So this started when I started. This was just starting. And public consultations and funding and all those things. And then finally you get it built. And then finally you have to come up with your programming, your staff, and all those things. It takes a long time. But then, bam, it's there. And it is so rewarding. And with Marina Redmond's name on it, And this is the very, very proud for the city of Corner Brook.
I'm looking behind you there, and there's a plaque on the wall.
Yeah.
The Marina Redmond Centre, right, named in honor of Marina Redmond, who served the city of Corner Brook for 27 years, including 23 years
As clerk.
as clerk.
Yeah, yeah. Marina is again passed a couple years ago, and it was very difficult for the city. She was the city.
Yeah.
A lot of people think of her as the face, the person that they dealt with. Marina wasn't a look at me kind of person. She was a behind the scenes person, but she was the glue.
Yeah.
And she was also a really important person behind the scenes when it came to sports in the community. She was an organizer. She was with basketball. She organized our pickleball most recently here, which is really popular right now. She was talking about pickleball forever.
As long as folks do their stretching first, pickleball's great.
Apparently, yeah. I mean, listen, I go up to some of the pickleball events, and they're having actually one of her annual events coming up, and I see people. Our former mayor, Priscilla Butcher, I saw her at an event. She turned 90.
That's amazing.
Last year. She was playing. Fantastic. But Marina was an organizer, a behind-the-scenes person, played every kind of sport. Fierce competitor, but so having, I guess, her name on this facility really speaks to, I guess, the pride of public service and giving back to the community. But also, these kind of centers, they're not just for elite athletes; they're for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. So, we're really honored to have her name on this, and personally, it really means a lot to me as well. So every time I hear that name now, when someone says, "Oh, this is happening at the Marina Redmond Centre," man, that just brightens my day.
Yeah, it's such a nice legacy.
Yeah.
And to keep, for someone so important for a community,
Yeah.
to keep her name in people's mouths for
Ever. For decades and decades. So this will be here. Kids, their kids and their kids are going to learn to swim here. So this will be a 50 or 60 year type facility. Right?
How does this place fit with the vibe of? Maybe I'm becoming more of a, I don't know where I'm going as a person. I talk about vibes a lot more now. I don't know why, but how does this fit with the vibe of Corner Brook and what you want to kind of show the rest of Newfoundland and Labrador?
For years and years and years, communities have always said, "Oh, but we have a great quality of life." Like, it's what's special about our community? Oh, it's the quality of life. And a lot of economic folks would say, that's mumbo jumbo, that's meaningless, right? But COVID especially really hit it home that you can work pretty much anywhere you want in a lot of fields. I did work remotely for many years. So having a place where you live that has, is safe, has the recreation and the wellness and the outdoors and all these things. Those are important things to our residents. They're important things for attracting young families. They're important things for our seniors as well, to live happy, healthy lives long into their later years. So these kind of investments, we spend a lot more money now as a city than we ever have when it comes to sports and recreation. We've done a lot of big improvements to fields and trails and all kinds of recreational opportunities and wellness as well. So the expectation on communities is different now. It's not just potholes and
water and sewage.
Water and sewer. It's about making our lives rich.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm biased, obviously, but I think we live the best possible lives. I have small kids. I have parents who live here. We have a really great quality of life here in Corner Brook, and this is really just it's a good model for, I guess, and a good exclamation point on that. And so, this is a really nice. It fits our vibe perfectly.
There you go. Mayor Parsons, thanks for the chat. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate connecting first in Gander and then us following through on this. It's nice to see you, and congrats again on this.
Can't wait to hear from you next time. Thanks for coming out here and featuring this beautiful facility.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, folks, Mayor Parsons and Mayor Jim Parsons of Corner Brook. We're going to bring another city employee over, Peter Robinson, who is the Director of Recreation and Tourism. So the mayor gave a big splash there, right? He's very excited about this place. You're excited too. When you have your role, what types of planning? What was your role for this place and looking at what was going to go into it?
Yeah, my primary role with this facility was figuring out the operation of this facility. So
Yeah,
it was
so
under
we're getting the
construction.
facility. So okay, now what?
Yeah, that's
Lots.
exactly how it went. Very Visible got construction done, and we need to make it run. So here we go. And so my role has been primarily working out the operation of the facility.
So like, what was the conversation around why daycare was needed?
Well, we just see that, a shortage across the province, and here in this area there's such a shortage of spaces, so be able to add a daycare here to help alleviate some of the childcare needs for the people of the community was very important.
So who's the daycare? So it's for the open for community, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the daycare is being operated by the YMCA,
Yeah.
and they're hoping to have that open in September, and it will be a mixture. There's some spaces that are be reserved for people who are connected with the university.
Yep.
There'll be some spaces for those connected with the city, and then any remaining spaces will be available to the general public as well.
Right on. So you're looking at this place, you're like, okay, we need a daycare. What was the accessibility conversation like?
And so a lot of those conversations truthfully happened before my time, the
Yeah.
construction ones, but
Yeah.
we knew that accessibility was so important. We know that that's a reality for so many people in our lives, to be able to access a facility, to be able to access recreation. People with mobility challenges and cognitive challenges also benefit so much from recreation. So to be able to make a facility like this accessible for everyone was very important.
What's some of the programming you're especially proud of?
Excuse me. Some of the programming we have here that we're really especially proud of, we do have a sensory swim, which is very good, and it's a swim where we kind of turn down some of the features and make it less stimulation for those who don't thrive well in situations with a lot of stimulus. A place like this has a lot of noise and this type of thing.
Anyone
so
who's neurodivergent, right? So it's like, folks, when we talk about inclusion, right?
yeah, that's right.
We've got a swim for if you're neurodivergent. I mean, that's fantastic.
That's right. So a program like that is very good, and we also have a aqua class that is mostly attended by seniors, but it's a great opportunity for them to get in. Doing recreation in the water environment is a lot easier on joints and that type of thing.
Yeah.
You don't have the impact and that type of thing. So a lot of people who have joint challenges find the water much better for what they need to do.
I heard, this place has only been open like a month. I heard there's, like, talking earlier, there's regulars already.
Yeah, we had regulars in the first day. There was people here who came in the first day, so they were going to be regulars. One who's been here since day one. We have a man who's 80 years old, and he hasn't missed a day in our fitness center since we opened for a month. He's definitely our most regular, I would say.
What does that do for you? To be a member of the community, to be the director of recreation and tourism, and to see someone show up on day one, 80 years old, I'm your regular, and follow through on that, and you see how much it can mean to people.
What it does is it reaffirms the need that Corner Brook had for a facility like this, to be able to have these types of amenities where people are looking for a way to be able to do recreation like this, and they were desperate to see an opportunity for that. So as soon as the door opened, someone said, this is exactly what I need, here I'm coming. It's very affirming to see that what you've put in place has met the needs that people were looking for.
So then the role of a community center like this, expand on that thought for what it does for a community.
Sure, like first off, yeah, it's a place for people to come and to swim or to work out, that type of thing. But for a community, communities need places to gather. They need places to come together.
Yeah,
and
third
to be,
spaces, right?
Yeah,
Where we
that's
can just
right.
meet up and hang out.
Come and be a place for community to be a hub. We've seen that in our world, where we've seen that as we've become isolated, and COVID did this to us, where we got separated from each other, people crave being together. So a facility like this creates a hub where people can come and do that. They can come and they can have meetings, they can have training sessions, they can have birthday parties, they can just gather together and be in a community. We see that being an important need that this place will meet going forward as well.
Yeah, and so I think especially at a time of, you've got political divides, different thoughts on the world, different thoughts on, from even families can have different thoughts on stuff. You've got mental health challenges people have, and the need for side-by-side togetherness, and the need to run in, and the ability to run into someone. I don't know what your background is, but we're here, we're doing the shallow water class together, or we're here doing some pickleball stuff. Like, that is community building.
No, that's right. And it's so good to see people come together. They can forget about whatever it is that's causing them stress and angst in their day-to-day life. Just come here, spend some time recreating together, and just enjoying being with each other.
Can we, I'm going to talk to some other people. Can we dip back into a conversation in a little bit? You're still
Absolutely,
around?
yeah, absolutely.
All right, Peter, I'll talk to you
Perfect,
shortly.
thank
Peter Robinson there, folks. You're listening to The Signal. We're live in Corner Brook. We've got some of the sporty, athletic, from runners to swimmers looking over at the crowd. Who should we go to next? So bring them on up. We've got a whole gaggle of folks here, all connected to the community center. And the point is just to meet them, talk about who they are, a bit on being in the community, and what they're doing with the community center. All right, I said one person. We got two people coming up. Hello, how you doing? Introduce yourselves if you could.
Hi, I'm Ed Flood, manager of the golf club at Bloomington.
Nice to meet you. Yourself?
I'm Johnston Miller. I'm the president of Corner Brook Disc Golf, a local volunteer club.
All right, so golf club, disc golf. Do you guys get along?
We do. We're buds.
You're buds.
We had a meeting day for this.
All right, tell us about golf first, and how long have you been involved with it here?
Well, I've been playing for 30 years here.
Yeah.
But I've been the manager now about a year and a half.
Yeah.
So we're very busy. It's a really busy job.
Yeah.
Of course, Bloomington's been here for almost 50 years. So we're very pleased at the condition that the golf course is in, and of course, warm weather takes care of all those things.
You get better weather here than St. John's, I think.
Well, of course.
Fair enough. Tell me about Corner Brook. Why is this place so special for you?
Well, I grew up in Grand Falls, but I moved out here in the mid-'80s.
Yeah.
Very similar company town, so I kind of fit in pretty quick. I was a bit of a baseball freak and a hockey freak, so it's not a bad place to be if you're in the golf, baseball, and hockey.
Yeah.
Corner Brook's a really good spot to be. But I stand on the front deck of the golf club and just look out over the bay. As this is as pretty as it gets.
Pretty
It's
good,
a really,
eh?
really pretty spot. Very busy. A lot of weddings and this kind of stuff, and the building kind of sells itself.
How has the community changed over the years from when you moved here in the 80s?
Well, society's changed.
Yeah, the world's been changing.
So kids don't have the same kind of, well, they have the same kind of passion, but they don't play sports like I used to.
No.
They don't approach the games like I did, but in a whole different setting. But I've seen a lot of changes in hockey. I've been involved in hockey for over 50 years. So
Yeah.
it's changed a lot.
Things have changed.
It's not a really bad thing.
No.
Change is never all that bad, but
It's different.
it's very different.
Different. Now let's talk about disc golf for a second. Now I'm going to move over the mic for you. Tell folks about disc golf if they're not sure what it is. Disc golf. It sounds like golf with a disc. It is.
That is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Instead of hitting that little white ball towards a hole, you're throwing a frisbee at this target that's just a metal basket that's there to kind of catch the disc and drop it in. But otherwise, courses usually have about 18 holes, and you're trying to play in as few throws as possible. And you can play it casually with your friends. You can play tournaments. Mechanically, it has a lot very similar to golf. Culturally, it's fairly different. Takes a fair bit less time to play. We have a course here in Corner Brook that with a 9-hole loop that I can play in 30 minutes. How many holes can you play in 30 minutes?
Some days one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll tell you about the name I call golf after the show because it's not radio friendly.
It's also free to play. All
Free
you
to
need
play.
is a disc that you have just around the house.
It's pretty popular too, right? Like,
Yeah,
because, I felt like it was having a moment a few years ago, but then pickleball came on the scene, and I didn't hear as much about disc golf. So just kind of sell it to me some more.
They're
here.
similar but different sports, pickleball and disc golf. They both kind of, I think, arose out of COVID. These new sports that are relatively easy to pick up, and disc golf is, requires a lot more space than pickleball. You can't just drop a disc golf course in the middle of a tennis court and play it that way. So it takes a bit more space, but luckily in Newfoundland we have a lot of open space.
There's a little
bit. The sport really has grown. The first public course was put in Newfoundland in 2020 in Stephenville. We've got our course in Corner Brook in 2022. The city put it in 2022, and we're able to track our numbers. Again, it's a free sport that people can play when they want, but we're able to track people's numbers, and our player base in Corner Brook has just skyrocketed in the last year. We're up to more than 900 plays, registered plays, at least double that. People playing in a month, over 90 players in the last month that we can track. People are just finding the sport and loving it.
Yeah, you're hitting 100 players. I mean, that's nice. That's good.
And that's the bare minimum.
It's really pretty cool. He and I kind of chat often. He uses the facility in the fall. And I followed a couple of really good friends of mine.
Yeah.
One's a baseball player, one's a gymnastics kind of freak. Both of them coach my kids.
Yeah.
And they're hooked.
Yeah.
They just love this stuff.
Cool.
And it really is cool to watch.
People who play it a lot. We have people who are able to track the numbers. Someone played 67 rounds last month in Corner Brook. How long would it take to do 67 rounds?
You're getting up to maybe we should have a discussion about your playing too much at that point.
Possibly.
Come on now.
Single, probably.
Just out there.
Or going to
out
be.
there playing, either going to be single or out there playing disc golf and looking for that perfect person.
But it really is. It's really cool to watch.
Yeah.
And the way they set up the golf club,
Yeah.
the golf course, their disc course on the golf course, he's been raving about the elevation changes and the trees, and they tuck these baskets in some pretty tight spots.
That's cool.
It is really cool to watch.
So then, before I let you both go, when we look at Corner Brook and we talk about Corner Brook, and I asked the mayor about the vibe, right? Like, what's the vibe? But for what you're putting out, right, from golf to disc golf, the other active bits that you know, what's a message for the rest of the province, just for people to understand just how active folks are and this vibe out of Corner Brook for what is going on here for people being involved in outdoor stuff?
Well, hitting a white golf ball
Yeah?
has skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And I think maybe COVID had something to do with it. But it's
Yeah.
not just here in Corner Brook, it's everywhere in the
Everywhere,
province.
right on.
I speak to other courses and friends of mine, and it's amazing how. But you go to Bloomington right now, you might not get around to golf today.
Wow, right.
And a lot
Busy.
of days are like it. It's really, really,
Stuff
really
flat out.
busy. Yep.
What about on your end?
I mean, for me, the Corner Brook vibe is just variety. I mean, you can you're 5 minutes from any number of activities. You can play, an hour of disc golf, and then go biking, mountain biking, road biking, go on a world-class hike. There's just, variety at your doorstep that is literally 5 minutes away.
And then back to disc golf again.
Yeah.
And use a facility like this.
Yeah, right. And then comes the
Yeah,
Marina
come
Redmond
for-
Centre.
Come for a swim here.
And maybe even play a round of golf if you know anybody.
If you know someone, you can put a good word in. Boys, thanks for the chat. Good luck out there on the course for the balls and the discs, and thank you very much.
Thanks.
You are listening to The Signal. I'm Adam Walsh. We're live on location in beautiful Corner Brook, and sunny old day here on the west coast of the island. We're live at the Marina Redmond Centre, the new rec centre for the city. I wanted to come here because back in the spring I was talking to the mayor, Jim Parsons, and he mentioned the spot. And I like the idea of talking about community centres, third spaces, what it means to community, people who use it, and also it's a good excuse to talk about all of the activities in and around Corner Brook, especially it's the summer season. Introduce yourself, we'll talk about running.
Yeah, I'm John Duffney. Working with the volunteer group that we have here is Corner Brook Running Club. We take part and help organize and arrange 6 to 8 events a year. A lot of them from May to October, and then we have some as well that take us through the winter months. Just trying to make running fun and inclusive for as many people as we can.
So did you grow up here or did you move here?
I'm from West Coast Newfoundland, out in the Port Peninsula.
Oh, nice.
And moved away to work, always keeping it in Atlantic Canada, always trying to get back to Newfoundland, trying to find a reason. Landed a job here 14 years ago and been here ever since.
What's the 14 years been like for change in the community, and what have you noticed?
That's a great question. There's a lot more activity outside, a lot more things for people to do. In the past, I feel when visitors came to this part of the province, there's not a lot to do outside of Marble Mountain being open. But now we have many different things that you can take advantage of, a lot of them outside, and the more we can get out, the better it is.
Yeah, so then the growth of the community as you get each of these things, or whether it's a bike trail or now with your group, and then you look at the Marina Redmond Centre and other things, what do you think that gives the community as a whole? Like there's the more stuff to do bit, sure, but what's the bigger thought on what it can give a community or this community?
I'm not sure. I feel people just can feel more included because there are so many more activities and feel that they are part of a community. I only recently came on the scene as being involved with this Corner Brook Running Club this year. I have 2 little ones that run around, so I don't really have a lot of time. But that's everybody's story. Not everybody has much time at all to dedicate to anything. So when you do take those few moments, it really makes a difference. My 2 kids have just taken part in 2 different races, doing 1 kilometer each time. And Mom even got to do one of those with them, and Nana got to do the other one. Yeah.
So then when you're looking at that, the little ones doing races, how's that as a dad sitting back watching?
It's good. It's good to see them out and being active and being excited about something. I'm going to keep it going.
Tell us more about the club. Like, how many folks are involved with it? And,
It's a small club board of volunteers, very generous volunteers. That just want people to get out and have fun. There's about 6 people on the board, and everybody's included in the Corner Brook Running Club. I have some of my runs that go through Strava, one of the local, one of the apps that are out there for all the running that you do, and that shows 168 or 166 Corner Brook Running Club members, so people that identify with being part of Corner Brook and running. We have other clubs as well. There's the Humber Rivers runners, there's the Tuckamore trail runners, there's people that take advantage of the park run, which is very popular and successful, happens every Saturday. And we'd like to align with them as well and hopefully be able to coordinate and move our events at different days, but sometimes they overlap, and that's a good thing as well when there's so much demand for outside and activity that you have multiple events that you can go to in one day. That's a great thing, and nothing's a race, it's all just an event,
as long as you put one foot in front of the other and
yes,
enjoying
exactly.
it.
Yep.
And even if you don't enjoy it, you enjoy it after.
Turn the doorknob is what I always say to myself, as
Yeah.
long as you can get out there and get active.
Yeah, I find you never regret a run, right? Like even if sometimes you don't, like you're like, I don't know, you go out, you come back like, no, that was good. Did you run this morning?
I ran this morning.
Tell me about this run.
Just a half marathon up to the top of Marble and back home.
You ran up to the top of Marble and back home.
Yeah, right from my door.
Get out of my face. This is, that's amazing. That's such a good thing.
I just have to buy a pair of shoes, make sure those work, and stay hydrated. And otherwise, there's no barrier to getting out and go for a run.
What's the elevation to run up to the top?
540, 530, something like that. Meters.
Meters.
Yep.
Yeah, 530, 540 meters.
Yeah, 1,700 feet or something.
Yeah. For anyone who has not done that, what's the feeling like at the top?
I don't really run with anybody. Outside of work and my family, I don't really interact with anybody, but in the last month, I've stopped and had conversations with 4 different people at the top of Marble, up at the Doppler. So it's not just me, it's a lot of people getting out and getting active, and it's a great feeling to get up there.
Yeah. Right. Nice view. Nice air.
Yeah.
See someone. It's
There's
a good accomplishment.
a tourist viewpoint that you can see from up there as well. Marble even has their chairlifts going through the summer, so you can take chairlift rides to the top, take a look around. You don't need to go through the whole sweaty walk run that I enjoy, right?
So, and if someone, if there's the run you did this morning, what's a run for, like there's the park run you mentioned too, but, and you said through the year there's activities. What's someone for people, if someone's, because there's a lot of runners out there in the province, a lot of people travel for running. What's something that for folks to be like, you know what, I want to put this on my calendar to go do?
All the events are great. Again, I'm brand new to the events that we're hosting, but the ones we just had were amazing. There's a trail race, or 2 trail races, and another waterfront race that took part. And coming up, we have a downtown dash on July 17th. Registration is going to open today, if not tomorrow. There's 150 people. Take advantage of this. It's a 4-loop race that goes on Park Street and West Street. And so it's really quick. It's a kilometer, 1.25 kilometers. You do it 4 times, it equals 5. You can check my math on that if you need to.
I will believe you. Last question. Getting back to running up Grossmore, because that's just circulating in my head here. How steep is that run to go up and down?
Which one?
Your morning run today.
Oh, the Marble. It's
sorry, Marble. Yeah, not
yeah,
Grossmore,
it's like 7% grade. We do the steep ultra as well. Steep ultra is a 50 and 100 kilometer race that happens in September. It's not part of the running club whatsoever. They are their own group, but it's another longer distance race that goes through. It includes Marble, it includes Man in the Mountain, it includes Wild Cove and Humber Village, it includes the Massey Drive, cycling community, a lot of trails. You can make a 50-kilometer loop of just trails right in my backyard. My house is on the route.
That's great.
Yeah, I kind of moved there because of it, I think.
Yeah, it was part of the math. I'm moving there.
Yeah, but as far as inclusive races, because the steep 50, you don't make any friends talking about a 50-kilometer race, that's for sure. The 5, 10, 8-kilometer events that we have throughout the year, they're great fun. We have a race coming out in November, resolution race, Run to Remember, the resolution run happens, it used to happen, and we're bringing it back this year. It's going to be right around New Year's time, just a run in the winter sort of thing, because everybody loves running on ice.
Yeah. Wow.
Right?
Yes.
We have another
I
one
did
in
have an
December
accident
as
on
well.
ice last year, but typically, yes,
So pretty much, if not every month, every other month, we do have some kind of running event happening.
Excellent.
And everybody started running. Anybody can run. Guess what happens when you don't want to run anymore? You walk. You're still moving forward.
Still movement.
Seconds are ticking by. You're going to accomplish it, right?
It's motion, active. That's awesome. What's the rest of the day looking like for you?
I'm going to go for another run here this evening, I'm sure. If my wife and kids allow it. I got to get home, make supper for my kids, do my regular job, canvas, try to get some more support for this downtown dash that's going to be happening.
There you go.
So we can all get together. It's going to be a real party.
Yeah.
The street gets half shut down, so FYI, people working and living around Park and West Street, I'll be coming to talk to you in the next week or two.
Enjoy the run. Good luck with all that.
Thanks
I
very
appreciate
much.
the chat.
Yes, thanks.
And I'm sure I'll see you out on the trails at some point.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. All right, folks. So yeah, no shortage of running activities here and around Corner Brook, right? It is. I tell you, just to think of some of the distances you can run here, some of the heights you can get to. It is a lot. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lorie Garland. I'm the vice president of the Corner Brook Rapids Swim Club.
How long are you from Corner Brook or did you move here?
No, I'm from East Coast.
Yeah.
Went to Grenfell.
Yeah.
Lived in Labrador for a little bit and moved back here. Had our 2 kids here. My oldest daughter has been swimming with the swim team for about 6 years.
Okay.
And I've been involved in the executive for the past 2 or 3 years. Yep.
So then how important is swimming to you and your family?
Oh, it's been a huge part of our
Yeah.
family. Yep. Like I said, she joined grade 5, I think. Started out as a little pre-competitive swimmer, learning. Went in there knowing nothing about competitive swimming. And we have a club of about 40, 50 kids, and it's become really a swim family. That's what we always call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like with family life in Corner Brook?
Oh, it's great. We love it. It's small enough that you do have that, bit of a small town feel.
Yeah.
But if you like sports and you like the outdoors, it's a great place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? We're talking at the Marina Redmond
Yep.
Centre today. There's new addition. Is there anything else you folks are talking about what they would like to see in Corner Brook, or are things trending in the right direction? How's all of that going?
Oh yeah, it's definitely trending in the right direction. This was a long time coming for us, especially at the swim team. I know folks have struggled getting their kids in swimming lessons, and now having 2 pools available, hopefully in the fall, to do that. It'll be great for families. But everything takes time, money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Time and money and planning, right?
Yes.
8 years for this
8
place.
years. Yes.
So you mentioned the wait there, but
Yeah.
what was the wait as you were getting through each year, waiting, the eventual opening of it?
Yep.
What was that feeling like?
Oh, it was fantastic. And on the opening day,
Yeah.
grand opening, the city invited the swim team up to have a practice. So we got to have a 2-hour practice, and people could watch our swimmers and see what they do as they were doing their tours through the building. It was great. We have a viewing area now, so parents was able to see what the new facility was going to be like. Made the decision for our team to make the move here to this new facility a little easier.
Yeah, and it's what, been open just, I keep saying about a month, I think,
Yeah,
right?
maybe 6 weeks-ish.
Okay,
Yeah.
6 weeks,
Yeah.
right? And
So we finished out our season in our old facility, so
Okay.
our last practice was last night. Next week, the swim club will be starting their summer swim camp
Cool.
on Wednesday. So it's a half-day camp for every day this summer. If you want to sign your kid up to come and learn some things about swimming and see what it's like to have a taste of a competitive swimming, it's great.
And what do you think that gives the larger community for, like, if there's parents out there who are wondering their kids to do that, right, to get that
Yep.
taste,
Yep.
to have this ability here now,
Yep.
to have this new facility. I know
Yeah.
you moved from one to this
Yep.
one, but with that trend line, with what's happening, for parents who might be curious about
Yes.
this, what do you think this gives families?
I think it gives a little bit of sense of security as well. It's a brand new facility. It's great for hosting because as a competitive swim club, we host at least twice a year
Right.
for club events, and we will be the host team for the NL Games next summer for the swimming competition.
It's going to be big.
Yes.
How much prep is needed for that?
We haven't started yet,
Yeah.
but it's going to be a lot of work, but we can't wait to get started on that.
And what's next in your day?
My day,
Yeah.
finished my work day. Kids was the last day of school, so probably be a ice cream visit somewhere. Yeah, enjoy the sun.
Last day of school, ice cream, enjoy the sun. And that
Yes.
sounds pretty spectacular.
Yes,
All right.
it does.
We'll enjoy that. Thank
All right,
you.
thanks.
See you. This is The Signal. I'm Adam Walsh. We're live in Corner Brook at the Marina Redmond Centre today. And I was just told, we were talking about Marble Mountain, that morning run up and down. It's 10 kilometers to the top of that thing and 10 back down. So I think, the first half, a little tougher than the second one, but if you can get the first half done, the second bit's a little easier, eh? Let's talk about mountain biking. Introduce yourself. How you doing?
Sure, yeah, good day. My name is Billy Newell. I'm a resident here of Corner Brook, and I'm the vice president of the WCCA, which is the West Coast Cycling Association. And basically the WCCA is our local mountain bike association where we kind of aim to promote the sport of mountain biking and cycling, have everyone kind of be able to enjoy nature, enjoy the outdoors through some trails that we build that really showcase like the beauty of the local area, and also to try to lead as healthy of a lifestyle as they can through a few events that we usually hold every year.
How long have you been involved in this?
It's been off and on for a long time, I'll say, and I actually don't know maybe the year I would have first started. I started my role as vice president. This will be my third year, so I would have started, November, almost about 3 years ago. And we usually hold elections for the board every year, and to see who we can entice to come and join the association.
Yes. I've been enticed to join things before. What's the conversation like around pushing stuff forward to increase, like for trails and get higher ridership members and all of that stuff? Like, how are things looking for that kind of push with stuff?
Yeah, it's been going really, really well. So we've had lots, especially when it comes to the support we get from government for actually like building the trails. It's been fantastic. So there's definitely like a need recognized there that we should be trying to increase our trails available for mountain biking and other users who want to use the trails for like non-motorized use. So that's hikers in the summertime, could be snowshoers in the winter. What we've really tried to do in the last few years was we had specifically two trails that we built in the local area. One we call DMT, the other one we call Way She Goes. We wanted to build those trails to be like a little bit more accessible. The difficulty for them was essentially a lot lower, and to try to lower that kind of
get more people in.
Get more people in. And so we really know at this point that it's about trying to encourage those users who are just trying to become new to the sport, whether they be younger riders, families. And so essentially it was about trying to build some trails that would allow riders to enjoy that kind of riding, and then of course as we build those, increase some of our more like technical and fun trails, and also design trails that we can design our features in such a way that as a beginner rider you can enjoy it, but you can also ride on the same trail as maybe a friend or family member who's like better or a more advanced rider, I should say, more experienced, and they can have just as much fun on the same trail. And so we found that with this type of approach, again showcasing how beautiful the area is, we found that that's been like a really good way to try to move this forward, essentially.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then where would you like to see things be like 5 years or 10 years down the road? Like with all the work going on now, what do you want to see in the future for all of this?
Yeah, so we are, I'd say, at about the end of this year, we will have essentially a trail network where you can start and stop from about the same place, which right now is down around like the Man in the Mountain parking lot, just outside of Corner Brook. With the projects concluding at the end of this year, you'll be able to basically go and do several loops inside that sort of area of the trails and get right back to your vehicle without having to go on any other like paved roads or anything like that. So I think once we have that contained network that's really product market ready for tourism, we can not only appeal to create a network that's essentially like world class to attract some visitors to enjoy our trails here, but also have something that's really accessible for people here to really be able to engage with that trail network. So I think if we can create that connection so that we have that loop that, as I mentioned, we can build a few more trails that kind of allow you to stack loops in there, and then with the way the scenery is in there, if anyone's familiar with the area, it's like absolutely beautiful. So that if we have that network, we're essentially in a really great spot. I should probably also mention that we've trail projects ongoing throughout the West Coast. We've built trails in Pasadena, which I could say would have a similar type of goal to have that trail network. That's fantastic. We've got an ongoing trail being constructed in the Rocky Harbor Enclave up in the Grosse Morne area too, which is going to be a fantastic trail. So these should attract people to engage with mountain biking, participate, and just enjoy the outdoors.
I appreciate your time and the mountain bike chat. Thanks so much, and good luck with everything.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, see you now. Let's get my first two guests back over here, if we could. Peter Robinson, Director of Recreation Tourism, and Mayor Jim Parsons. Well, so I've spent the hour talking to some folks who are pretty involved in community, from swimming to mountain biking, disc golf, you name it. I'm hearing a lot of work, guys, about building here. When you hear folks who are invested in community, invested in children in community, wanting to expand swimming and appreciative of what is here, wanting to expand numbers on stuff, building trails, what does that say to you about the city of Corner Brook and where things are going?
Well, I think it's a great testament to the residents of the city of Corner Brook who want to invest in their community, and without people like that, we would have a very difficult time meeting all these needs and providing the recreation options that people want. So having people who are invested and want to put their time into it means we're going to have the very best offerings for our residents.
And what's the look ahead for this place, or for anything else in your portfolio for like this year or down the road?
Well, for this place in particular, we're really excited about what comes ahead. We've just been open a month now. We've kind of got a little bit going. So we're excited for that. That's been going very well. So we now look to the fall where we'll start to do swimming lessons. Will start to become a regular thing here that we're not offering here yet, as well as other programming will come in. We're looking at certain things, even leagues. There's some talk potentially of a dodgeball league that will be starting in the fall. So this type of thing will be starting to come some more local programming people can come participate in here.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Just going to see that. You stole my line.
Mayor Parsons, last thing from you today.
Yeah.
Where were you earlier?
Oh, I was at high school graduation. So it was Corner Brook Regional High, their big graduation. So I was getting close to about 200. I think it was 180, 200 students graduated, and they don't know it, but they are entering the best time of their lives right now. They do know. They probably do know it. Yeah. No, it's a fantastic. But you know what? I'm really happy to say that a lot see opportunity here. Sometimes they're wise beyond their years. They think ahead. They're not just thinking about where I'm going to have fun tonight, or where I'm going to go away to get out of my hometown. They're thinking about long term, and they're thinking of Corner Brook as well. You know what? This is a pretty good place to live.
It's that vibe thing again.
It's the vibe thing. So we got to be cool, right? We got to try and be cool. I don't have to be cool anymore. I'm almost 50 now, right? But you know what? Part of being a place that people want to live is a recreational wellness. And I mean, Peter's role didn't exist a couple years ago because we did have recreation staff. We did have our parks and our pathways and things like that, but we didn't consolidate it into a meaningful goal. We really are interested in working with our community partners, like Peter mentioned, to consolidate that and make it a package. Try and help it along. You know, we've done a lot with our parks, our trails, our facilities, our fields, our active transit. We have just introduced a new accessible transit service, which is something new for our community. But it's all about improving the quality of life, getting people active, getting them out of their house. And that's something that's really hard to fight these days in the age of DoorDash and Amazon. So it's we think this is a winning formula for our community, and it's our path forward.
Thanks for this, guys. We're out of time. I appreciate the welcome, and it's nice to check this place out.
Thank you. Anytime.
All right, so that is it for The Signal in Corner Brook. Bernice Hillier is filling in for me tomorrow on the show. We're asking, how can Newfoundland and Labrador become an economic force? We've got some great guests lined up for that show. John Plake and I are about to go and take the Marine Atlantic ferry a couple ways to meet the Torch, because the Canada Games are coming to town with the Torch. We'll have that show for you next week. No show Monday or Tuesday.